Okay, let's get into the stock market technical analysis, really the end of the day analysis. We're going to go through a couple things in the broad market, looking for trade setups and trade ideas. If you're new, drop me a thumbs up, leave a comment. If there's anything I'm not covering you want me to cover, I do read those comments. And if you're interested in learning this as a skill set, take my technical analysis course, link in the description below. That's I put that together for you guys, so check that out. All right, now triple Qs, starting off with tech. A couple things I'm watching. Really, we've got this uptrend line right here, and I don't see any indication that we've broken trend. So we're going to go with the trend for now. That is right here, starting on the hourly chart. We just started this uptrend line right there, so we might drift down to this trend line today, maybe in the last few minutes. We'll know likely by the time I'm done with this video, or very close. 288.50 should be support, and we should rally from there. So that's all I see. Now a break of that trend, and we start to throw things, things start to change. So we'll keep an eye on that trend for now, but nothing's really changed there. So we'll just move on. A couple trade ideas though that I really like around the tech sector. Netflix. So this one is just a setup, not an actionable trade yet, but it could trigger any day. So I want to point it out now. We have a pretty decent trend line to watch. We got resistance, resistance, resistance. This is the daily chart. We have bullish divergence on the daily. All right, there it is. Big divergence on the RSI and not as big on the PPO, but it's definitely there. There's your bullish divergence on the PPO. Okay, also you can see today, if I go to that hourly chart, we got a reaction again at this trend line. So this morning it sold down and it's just kind of been treading water, but still holding below trend today. So that's three reactions. That's a valid trend line. What we need to see is a buyout or a break, breakout of this trend for the buy signal. If we get that, we've got some resistance right here. This is our first level of resistance, 204.75. A break above that should bring us right up to about 246. All right, so likely get a reaction there at 246, a pullback, and we break above that, we should run up to gap fill at 328.50. So that's the trade. Not actionable yet, but definitely a setup. So we'll keep an eye on that. Another setup, PayPal. Bullish falling wedge pattern on the daily chart. Bullish divergence on the momentum indicators. Waiting for that breakout. All right, we don't have a buy signal yet, but maybe we get it here pretty soon. So again, if you guys are interested in learning this as a skill set, check out the course. I put this together. I really have a checklist of what you're looking for in terms of trade setups and how to play those trades when they show up. So link in the description below. All right, so that one I like it. First resistance at 93.23, and yeah, for now we'll just go with that. Waiting for the buy signal. So DraftKings broke out on Friday. We had a buy signal here on Friday from this downtrend line on the daily chart. Pretty solid downtrend line. You can see all the way. This started basically, not the all-time highs, but basically where the downtrend really took trend. And we got resistance all through here. There's another tag of resistance, resistance. Hit it again. And on Friday, we broke out with a buy signal. That breakout came with bullish divergence on both momentum indicators. As I zoom in, you can see the price action today is just a back test of that trend line. So came in, test, holding support. The buyers are stepping in here. So as long as we can hold this trend line, then I think it looks good for more upside. A break back below the trend line is probably where I'd want to stop out. Okay, so that's why I have the S there. Looking at the daily chart, if we continue higher on this, on a back test, we've got some resistance right here at 1471. A break above that should send us up to right up here, 1847. All right, so I don't see much in the way of resistance. If we break above that level right there, we should get up there, and that's the way I'm leaning. So we'll see. It would help to have the Qs, continuing to rally. Gold continues to drift sideways. Gold bullion. We do have some bullish divergence that's in place now. So clear bullish divergence there on the RSI and the PPO. This was a divergent low. A slight downtrend to watch, and we need to pop it. We need that, pop above it, break above the 200. I think if we do that, we start the next uptrend. Looking at the dollar, which is kind of inverse to gold, if gold is priced in dollars, so if the dollar sells off, gold should rally. We have a divergent high recently, so you'll see here there's your former high, there's a new high, and yet we have momentum dropping lower. All right, negative divergence on the momentum indicators. We have a trend line to watch right here, so we need to break down. We break down, down we go, and that should be beneficial for gold. So just kind of keeping an eye. Everything's kind of flat today, so there's just not a whole lot going on. That's why I kind of waited till the end of the day. Ag commodities DBA continues to break down and sell off, breaking below the 200. Pretty impulsive selling so far. And we've clearly started a corrective phase. So here's the bull trend coming back to June of 2020 in DBA ag commodities. Bull trend up here at the highs, we put in negative divergence, and we got the sell signal or the breakdown. I have it right here on June 21st, but that was basically a pretty solid sell signal, and it's been all selling ever since. So this thing's down, about 5% or so since we got that sell signal, continuing lower. I don't see any divergences, so there's a little bit of support right there at about 20.39. I suspect they hold there at least for maybe a little counter trend bounce, and then probably head lower. So I think ag commodity, I'm not really interested in shorting these. They don't move a whole lot, but the ag commodities look like they're in a correction phase. It's an ongoing bull market, but probably the first correction within this bull market that's likely going to last months, maybe even a year. It could take a while. So that's all I see there. And that should help bring in the inflation reading a little bit, you would think. So we'll keep an eye on that. Guys, that's really all I have. There's just not a lot today. I waited till the end of the day, and there's just not a lot. So I want to get this video out, point out the few things that I see. There's some tech setups for some long trades. If we get those breakouts, PayPal, Netflix, there's a couple of them. So I'll point those out when I see those buy signals, or if you see them. That's kind of what I've tried to point out with the setup. So catch you guys on the next one. Bye.